Hello crochet friends, welcome back to Crazy Cool Crochet. This is Sylvia and we will be working with the super popular wheat stitch. If you haven't seen it, you are in for a treat. This is a beautiful stitch. So if you don't need a pillow cover like we are making here, you can use this stitch in all different kinds of patterns. It would be beautiful on a scarf, for example. So I decided to use fall colors here, and you do want to work with a number 4 yarn. Now this is a thinner number 4, and I'm using a 4.5 millimeter hook. If you use the more typical thicker number 4, then you'll want to use a number 5 hook. So this is going to fit a size 16-inch pillow form, and I'll give you instructions if you have different size pillows that you want to make a cover for. To achieve the same look that I'm using for this pattern, for this pillow cover, I used 2 different colors, obviously. So you want the solid color to be a lighter one, an ivory or natural, and then choose your multicolor. You can go solid for the whole thing. That works fine also. I happen to love the look of this one. All right, so I have worked the first 2 rows because they're just basic single crochets. So I started with a chain of 51 and then single crochet in the second chain from the hook and single crochet in each chain across for a total of 50 single crochets. Then you chain 1 and turn. And then for the next row, it's also single crochet. However, you are working in the back loop only so that we get a little ridge going here. Now before we continue, I want to clarify some sizing instructions. So when you are following my instructions regarding stitch count, you need to first take into consideration your pillow cover. So mine is 16 by 16, the pillow insert, but it's super poofy. It's really thick. So take that into consideration, the thickness of your pillow, not just the measurement, but the thickness. Okay, so I have seen people work my pillow covers using, of course, my exact instructions, but without taking into account their specific pillow. And they end up with something that is really loose, and it ends up looking like that. Like, picture that, like the whole thing. It's just not, it's not pretty. So take it into account when you do the foundation chain. Measure against your pillow form and adjust accordingly. Just make sure that you're ending on an even number. So your foundation chain will be odd, and then the stitch counts will be even for the single crochet row that you start with. So because of all that, I'm not going to give you exact stitch counts for different size pillows. Just remember, measure against your pillow and add stitches or reduce stitches for the foundation chain as needed. If you do it too small, if it's just off by a little bit, 1/4 inch, don't worry about that too much because we still have the back panel and that can make up for that little bit of difference. So don't panic. Okay, get to work. Now we're going to change color with the last single crochet. So I left that one unworked so I can work with you here. So you start the last single crochet, 2 loops on the hook and then stop. Now bring in your second color, the multicolor, and we complete that last single crochet with that new color. And then chain 1 and turn. Now work a single crochet into the first space here. Skip the next stitch, single crochet into the next, yarn over, go back to the skipped stitch as if for a double crochet. 3 loops on the hook, grab the yarn, go into the same space, 5 loops on the hook, pull through 4, pull through 2. That's your modified puff stitch. Now skip the next stitch, single crochet into the next, grab your yarn, go back into the skipped stitch, 3 loops on the hook, do that again, 5 loops on the hook, pull through 4, pull through 2. Skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next. Yarn over, go back to the skip stitch, 3 loops on the hook, do that again, pull up nice and tall, pull through 4, pull through 2. That's really pretty already. Skip the next one, single crochet in the next, and repeat. Yarn over, go back to the skip stitch, pull up nice and tall, do that again, same stitch, pull through 4, I got stuck, pull through 2. So just repeat that all the way across the row. And you can see how these stitches are slanted. That's exactly what you want. At the end of the row, you would have done your last modified puff stitch. You will have a single crochet left at the end there, or a stitch left. Work a single crochet into that, chain 1, turn. Now for this row, start with a single crochet in that first stitch. Now you're going to skip over and you're going to single crochet into the single crochet. Grab your yarn. Now come over to the stitch over the puff stitch and work your modified puff. Pull through 4, pull through 2. Now skip over to the next single crochet and single crochet. There is the space of the modified puff. Grab your yarn, go into that space. Five loops on the hook, pull through 4, pull through 2, and continue down the row. Just remember you're entering single crochet into the single crochet. Now again at the end of this row, you would have worked your last modified puff stitch and you've got your last stitch at the end, the single crochet into that. And now we're going to switch our colors back to the ivory. Chain 1, turn. Now you'll start the row with a back loop single crochet and then a back loop single crochet into each stitch. Okay, so now pick up the multicolor, complete that last single crochet, chain 1 and turn. Single crochet in the very first stitch, and then skip the next single crochet into the next one, regular single crochet, not back loop only, And then grab your yarn, go into the skip stitch for your modified puff. Whoops. And then continue as normal, skip and single crochet, go back for your puff. And that's it. So at the end of the row, just repeat what you did before. You're going to continue the row, chain one turn, and start another puff stitch row to complete your wheat stitch. And then repeat, repeat, and repeat. Now for the front panel, I worked for 12 sets of the wheat stitch rows. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then for the ivory color, the cream color, I worked for 13 sets. So they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again, ending on the 2 rows of the cream color single crochets. And for the back panel, I just did a solid panel of all single crochet to keep it simple and keep the interest in the front. So I did a chain of 51, single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and in each chain across, chain one turn, and then just do rows of single crochet, regular single crochet. Work for the length that will match up with your front panel. So I'm not going to give you a row count because so much of that is dependent on the yarn that you use. So if you use a thicker yarn, you're going to need less rows than I made. So just match up with your front panel and make sure that both of them are fitting your pillow form. Now what I want to show you here is the front side and the back side of the main panel. It will be up to you what you want to call the right side and the wrong side. So technically, this is the wrong side of the wheat stitch. Okay, so you see how the top row is thicker, and then if you turn it over, technically this is the right side, the correct side of the wheat stitch, and this is more even. The top and the bottom rows are even. That's the easiest way I can explain what's the right side and the wrong side. Now, personally, I don't like the way the single crochet rows look like little circles, little open circles compared to the back side. I much prefer this look for the single crochet rows. It's more subtle. And to me, it doesn't make that much of a difference on the wheat stitch itself. So I'm going with this side for my right side. So make that choice before you start seaming. Now when it's time to seam the two panels, you want right sides touching each other. So this is my right side. Now this is the back panel, and the way you tell the right side is the tail from the foundation chain is on the left side of the panel. So I have to flip this. So now I have wrong side out and wrong side out. Right sides touching each other, and you're going to seam from this end, the top, and then the other side. So this side, top, other side. So I'm going to go with slip stitches for the seaming. Leave the bottom open so that you can then flip this inside out. Then you insert the pillow and you complete the bottom seam. Now, if you want to do a zipper, you absolutely can do that, and I will go ahead and leave up above a little box that you can click on that, and that takes you to my video showing you how to add a zipper specifically to a pillow cover. So when you are doing your seaming with the slip stitches, attach your yarn through both panels and then just do a regular old slip stitch. Now when you are doing that, you want to make sure that you are capturing your stragglers from that main panel when we were changing colors. So just make sure you're incorporating those into your stitches so that you're hiding them, so that they're not going to be showing when you flip this back around. And that's all there is to it. And there we go, our completed crochet wheat stitch pillow cover. I absolutely adore this design, if I may say so myself. I hope you like it too. If you do, please a thumbs up down below the video would be awesome. Leaving a comment, and of course subscribing. All these things are super helpful to the channel, and I do appreciate that so much. And I hope to see you on the next project real soon. Thank you.